Good morning, my dear students. Welcome back to Maths online class. Students, today we are going to start a new chapter, that is chapter 5, algebraic expressions and identities. Algebraic expression and identities. In 6th class and 7th class, you studied about algebraic expression and its main terms and contents, or the basics of algebraic expression. That everything algebra that you studied in 6th and 7th class. Now in 8th class, students, in this chapter you are going to learn how to add algebraic expression, how to subtract algebraic expression, multiplication and division of algebraic expression, and then we study the algebraic identities. Some identities we are going to study 4 identities we are studying, and then what is the practical usage or application of that identities. These are the main topic that we are going to discuss in this chapter. Before that, I want to revise what you have studied in the previous year. So carefully listen that, so that your understanding that will be thorough when we revise this portion that we have studied in the previous years. What you have studied in class 6th relating to algebraic expression. What do you mean by algebra? Algebra is a branch of mathematics which establishes a relation among known and unknown quantities by the use of mathematical operations like addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. So here we use known and unknown quantities. You know that some values which are unknown in mathematics, sometimes when we solve the questions, some values are unknown. This unknown value, and sometimes some values are known, means some numbers will be given. This unknown and known value, we make a relationship among them by using addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. This special branch of mathematics that is called algebra. Example, in some situations may arise in life where some quantities are unknown. You know that. Suppose at your home you are going to ask your grandmother, when we are talking with your grandparents, sometimes you might have asked her, what is grandpa, what is your age? Or grandma, what is your age? Then they will not say it directly. They say that my age is 3 times more than that of your age, your mother's age. My age is 3 times more than that of your mother's age. So you don't know what is grandmother's age, you don't know what is your mother's age. So here some quantities are unknown. So these unknown quantities we use with other mathematical operations like addition, subtraction and multiplication or division, and then we find out, then we make generalizations or we find out the answers. So in daily life, in situations, there are some situations where we want to use this unknown value, and the algebra deals with that unknown value. So when we study about algebra, we should know what is algebraic expression. First of all, the first thing of algebra or solving a question is that we have to make an expression using the given quantities. From that expression, then we find out the values or quantities. So what is algebraic expression? I told algebra means it is a special branch of mathematics which establishes the relationship among known and unknown quantities by the use of mathematical operations, numbers and variables. That is called algebra. And what is algebraic expression? Actually, algebraic expression, that is a combination of variables and constant. Last year you studied what is variable and what is constant. Variable means unknown value which we use to represent by any letters or alphabet, that is called variables, and constant means any known value, that means a particular number, that is its values are fixed, that is called constant. So constant and variable, we combine each other. It is a combination. Algebraic expression means it is a combination of variables and constants by the use of the four arithmetic operation like addition, subtraction, multiplication or division. That is called an algebraic expression. Example here, you can see that 4x minus 5. Here the constant 5 and 4 numbers, their values are fixed, they are called constant, and variable, unknown value we represent using any letters or alphabet, and mathematical operation, here subtraction is used, and here 4x means 4 into x, multiplication is used. So a combination of all these, that is called the algebraic expression. Here 2x plus 4y plus 3, these are examples of an algebraic expression. Then I have told that it is a combination of a constant and variable. Then what is variable? Variable means unknown value which we use to represent by letters or alphabet. This is called a variable. Its values are not fixed. It may change according to the situation. That is why it is called a variable. And constant, that means a numerical value, that is called a constant numbers actually. That is 5 and 4. 4 is also, its values are fixed. So that is called a constant. Then there are many other terms that we are going to discuss, going to revise now. So I think you now understood what is algebraic expression, what is algebra, and why when we use algebra in mathematics and in our daily life, what are the situations, and what is variable. Now we are going to study some terms relating to algebraic expression. First one, variable. I told that variable, it is also called a literal, variable or literal. It means letter, something related to letters. It's a quantity which can take various numerical values. That means its values are not fixed. The quantity that can take any numerical value, that is called a variable or literal. Example, in 7a square minus 2a plus 5. Here this has 7 is already its value is fixed, 2 also value is fixed, 5 also value is fixed. But this a square means a, its value is variable. That means it depends upon the different situations. That means it is not fixed. Such quantities, literal quantities or alphabet, that is called a variable. And constant, the constant means a quantity which has a fixed numerical value. A quantity which has a fixed numerical value, that is called a constant. Example, in this question, in this 7a square minus 2a plus 5, that value is fixed, so it is called a constant. And this is also 2 and 7. These are numerical value, its value is also fixed. So a numerical value, its values are fixed, that is called a constant. Now we are going to study about terms. Term in an expression means the part of an expression that is separated by plus or minus symbol. A part of an expression that is separated by plus or minus symbol, that is called a term. So example, in 7a square plus 2a plus 5. In this expression, each of this expression is separated into different parts using plus, or sometimes it can be minus symbol. So here one part and here one part and here one part. So this each part is called the term of an expression. So term means a part of an expression that is separated by plus or minus symbol, that is called a term. And depending upon the number of terms, always you know that algebraic expressions are made up of different terms. Sometimes there can be only one term, sometimes two terms, sometimes three terms, sometimes more than three terms. And so on the basis of the number of terms in an expression is divided into monomial, binomial, trinomial and polynomial. Monomial means in that only one expression or one term will be there. Example, 3 terms. This is also an algebraic expression, but it has only one term. Such expressions are called monomial. And next, binomial. In in binomial there can be two terms, 3x plus 5. Here two terms. So an expression having two terms, they are called a binomial, and trinomial means expression having three terms, 3a square plus 4a minus 7. This is a trinomial because here three terms are. And polynomial, generally any term has two or more than, any expression has two or more than two terms, then generally that is called a polynomial. So these are the different categories of different types of polynomials on the basis of the number of terms in an expression. And now we are going to discuss what is like term. What do you mean by like term? The terms with the same variable part with the same power, same variable part with the same power, that they are called terms of an expression. Example, 3x square y, and another expression x square y, and another expression 7yx square. So these all are examples of a like term because their variable part are same. The numerical factor coefficient, that can be anything. Here 3 and here no numerical factor, which means it is 1. 1 is the numerical factor and here 7 is the numerical factor. But we don't consider the numerical factor of that expression. We see only the variable part. If the variable parts are same in different terms, then such terms are called like term. Here you can see x square y. Here also x square y. Here yx square. This also matters same only. X square power is same and variable also same. Their order is changed. That does not matter. Doesn't matter. So like term means the terms with the same variable parts and having same power, they are called a like term. And then unlike term, just opposite of that. The terms having different variable part or with the different powers, they are called unlike terms. Example, 4xy, 3y or 5. These are different terms with different variable parts. They are examples of unlike terms. So like terms and unlike terms, I think students, you understood. Like term means the terms which are with the same variable part with the same power, and unlike terms is just opposite of that. Next we are going to study coefficient. What do you mean by coefficient? In a term, if you take one particular term 4xy, in a term, if a quantity, whether it is numerical quantity or variable, a quantity that is multiplied with another quantity, then the first quantity is called the coefficient of the remaining quantity, and the remaining quantity is called the coefficient of the first quantity. They are coefficient to each other. So in a term, the factor that is or the quantity that is multiplied with another quantity, that quantity is a coefficient of the other quantity. For example, in 4xy, this 4 is the coefficient of xy, and this if we consider only what is the coefficient of x, coefficient of x is after avoiding this x, we take only 4 and y. 4y is the coefficient of x, and 4 is the coefficient of xy. And if we take what's the coefficient of y? If we take a coefficient of y, then 4x is the coefficient of y. In this way, every factor, when we factorize a term, how we factorize a term? 4 into x into y. And 4 we can factorize 2 into 2 into x into y. This is the factorization of this thing. We have factorized this thing. So this 2 or this 4 is the coefficient of xy, and if we take the coefficient of x, then 4y is the coefficient of x, and if we take y, then 4x is the coefficient of y. So coefficient means in the term, the quantity that is multiplied to another quantity, that is called a coefficient of that quantity. Then next, degree of an expression. What do you mean by degree of an expression? If you take an expression 7x square y cube plus 3x y square plus 1. This is an algebraic expression. 7x square y cube plus 3x square xy square. If the power is 2, then it is called, we read it as square, and if the power is 3, we read it as cube. Or we can say 7x power 2 y power 3 and 3x y power 2 plus 5. So in this expression, what's the degree of this expression? Degree means the highest power of a term in an expression that will be taken as the degree of an expression, of that expression. The highest power of the term of a term completely, not particular variable, of a term, that is called the degree of that expression. So here, what is the power x square in this term? If we take a first term, 2 plus 3, 5 is the degree, 5 is the power. And if you can take this term, here 2 and here no power means 1. That means 3 is the power. And here the power is 0. That means here the highest power of the term in this expression is 5. Therefore, this is called a 5-degree polynomial. 5-degree expression. The degree of this expression is 5. So, degree means, suppose if I take another term, another 4x plus 5. This is an expression. What's the degree of this algebraic expression? Here you can see that only one variable, therefore its power is 1. Therefore, it is called the degree of this expression is 1. The highest power of a term in an expression will be taken as the degree of that expression. So, on the basis of degree of the expression also, it is expressions are divided into different categories. If the degree is 1, then it is called a linear polynomial or linear expression. And if the degree is 2, it is called a quadratic polynomial. And if the degree is 3, it is called a cubic polynomial. So, on the basis of degrees also, expressions are divided. So, these are the important terms that we want to know when you study about algebraic expression. What is variable, what is literal factor or variable, or what is constant, what are terms, what are like terms, and what are unlike terms, what is coefficient, and what is the degree of an expression. Students, addition of algebraic expression. How to add to algebraic expression, and what are the points we want to consider when we add two or more algebraic expressions. Always remember that we can add only the like terms. We can add only the like terms, means if it's variable parts with the power, if they are same, that terms we can add it together. We cannot add unlike term. This main point you have to remember when you add two or more algebraic expression. In subtraction also we can do the same way. Only like terms we can subtract, unlike term we can't subtract. And now we are going to solve some addition questions so that you can clearly understand how to add two or more algebraic expression. We can add in two ways, that is horizontal method and vertical method. So both method we will discuss, but it is better to follow horizontal method. Okay. Then how to add? This is horizontal method. Horizontally we take like terms and then we add it. Then 3x square plus 5x plus 3 and negative 4x square plus 2x minus 5. These two expression we want to add. So I have written this first number plus second number. Now we want to take or select like terms from both the numbers, both expression. X square and x square here, and x here, and constants are here. So we take 3x square plus negative 4x square. These two are like terms that we taken. Next plus, next 5x plus 2x. This is also like term, that plus 3 plus negative 5 constant. So all the like terms we have taken and grouped in same groups, and now we can add. Both are positive numbers now. One is negative, another is positive. So symbol also you have to take into consider when you add. If one is negative, another is positive. In addition, you know that we want to subtract. So 3 minus 4, that is 1, negative 1, bigger number negative, therefore negative 1 x square plus 5x plus 2x, both are positive numbers. So we add it 7x plus 3 plus negative 5. One is positive, another is negative. We want to subtract and write the symbol of bigger number. 2 and bigger number negative, therefore negative 2. So we rewrite it negative 1x square, we can write negative x square plus 7x plus into minus, that changes to minus 2. So in this way we can add that to expression. We can add it vertically also. How? Vertical method? Vertical method just like normal numbers, 3x square plus 5x plus 3, and here 4x, negative 4x square should be written under x square and plus 2x minus 5. In this way we add it. So when we add, you know that the 3x and 4x, one is positive, other is negative, we can subtract negative 1x square, and both are positive, we add 7x, and here negative 3 plus negative positive 3 plus negative 5, we subtract negative 2. In this way we can add. This is called vertical method or column method, but in this method you have to take care that you are writing the like terms under each term. Like terms only we can arrange. If there are no like term, then that number will be written afterwards. So many students make mistake in this way, in this method for arranging the numbers. That is why it is better to follow this horizontal method. Here we are selecting like terms together and then we are adding. So in both methods we can solve the question. You can choose any method which you feel comfortable. I am showing, that's why I am showing this both methods. Okay. To the next question, question number B. Yx minus yz, this is one number, plus zy minus zx, another number, xz minus xy, this is another number. This is three numbers we have to add it together. No problem, we are choosing the like terms from the three numbers and then we add it. So I have written first number plus second number plus third number. Now we want to select which are the like terms that we group together. Like term we group together. Here yx. Any other yx is there? Yes, negative xy. So yx plus negative xy. Xy and yx same only. So this is one in one group. And next yz, negative yz. Any other yz is there? Yes, one yz is there, that is positive yz plus zy plus next yx finished and yz also finished and then xz. Here negative xzx plus xz. So all the like terms we have grouped each other. This is like term, this also like term, this also like term. So here one is positive and another is negative. So we have to subtract. When we subtract, we get 0 yx plus here also 0 yz plus here also 0 zx. That is equal to everywhere 0 only, therefore the value is 0. So here we arrange the like terms and then we added the terms. Look at the next question here, 2a square b minus 3ab plus 5. That is one number, and negative 3 minus negative ab 9ab plus 3a square b square. This is another number. So two numbers, both are trinomials, three terms are there. So here we arrange that. Here it is a square, b square and b, and that is order. So here the order is changed. So first we written according to this order, a square, b square, then ab and 3. So when you arrange, you should remember that the symbol should not be changed. Now we are going to add it. 2a square, b square. Here 3a square. They are like it. 2a square, b square plus 3a square, b square. These two terms are grouped. Now next plus negative 3ab plus negative 9ab. These are another like term plus 5 plus 3. These are constant. They also grouped. So like terms we grouped here, and these two terms we grouped here, and this constant that also grouped together. And then we are going to add. Both are positive numbers. Yes. So it will be 2 plus 3, 5, a square, b square. And remember that when we add only the numerical coefficient. We do not add the variable part. That is an important point. You have to remember that already you studied in 7th class. We add only numerical coefficient and write the literal coefficient as it is. No changing. Don't add this and this. A square and a square, a4, that you don't add. We add only the numerical coefficient, means numbers only we add. Then plus negative 3ab and negative 9ab. 3 plus 9 is equal to negative 12. Both are negative, therefore we add it. Negative 12ab. Both negative numbers we add it and put in negative. Then plus 8. So next 5a square b square. Plus into minus changes to minus 12ab plus 8. This way we can add two algebraic expression, two or more algebraic expression. Remember that we add only the like terms, and when we add each terms, we add its numerical coefficient or the numbers, not their literal factor. The literal factor should be written as it is, as given in the question. We learn the subtraction of algebraic expression. How to subtract two algebraic expression? The subtraction rule of algebraic expression is that add first number, first expression by the additive inverse of second expression. Add first expression by the additive inverse of a second expression. Then what is additive inverse? How to take the additive inverse of second expression? Additive inverse means we change the symbol. So in order to change the symbol of second expression, we change the symbol of every terms of that expression, and then we add both numbers. Then it is changed to addition only. How we have done addition, that same process we follow after taking the additive inverse of the second expression. This is the method that we follow in order to subtract two algebraic expression. That we can see with this example. All of you listen. Subtract negative 5x cube plus x minus 11, first number, and 6x cube plus x square minus 2x, second expression. So here I have written this number, first number minus second number. Subtraction means addition of first number by the additive inverse of second number. So first number I am going to write here negative 5x cube plus x minus 11, and the subtraction means it changes to addition with the additive inverse. This positive 6x cube that changes to negative 6x cube. So here we have taken the additive inverse of the first term, and this positive x square that changes to negative x square, and this negative 2x that changes to positive 2x. So now we have taken the additive inverse of a second expression. Now we can add it normally. For addition, like things we group together negative 5x cube plus negative 6x cube. That is one group, plus next x plus 2x. Then next plus x square is not here, therefore we write negative x square. Then constant, here there is no constant, but here constant is there, therefore we write plus negative 11. So we add it. 5x cube, negative 5x cube, both are negative, we add. So negative 11x cube plus x, 1x plus 2x is equal to 3x minus x square minus 11. So the answer is negative 11x cube plus 3x minus x square minus 11. If we arrange in order of the power, then negative x cube minus x square plus 3x and minus 11 will be the answer. So in this way, we can subtract two algebraic expression by adding first number with the additive inverse of second number, and in order to take the additive inverse of second number, we change the symbol of every terms of that second number. Okay, students, next another question. 8x minus 9xy plus 6y minus 35 subtract negative 4x minus 11xy minus 4y plus 6. Here also subtraction means addition of first number by the additive inverse of second number. So 8x minus 9xy plus 6y minus 35 plus, here all symbol will be changed, 4x plus 11xy plus 4y minus 6. Now we group the like terms. 8x plus 4x, both are positive, then plus negative 9xy plus 11xy plus next 6y minus 4y plus 4y. Here the question that is given. Okay, both are positive numbers, 6y. Okay, here it is 4y positive, that is actually in the question it is given positive. So this changes to negative. Okay, and 4y, and here negative 4y plus negative 35 plus minus 6. Then 8 plus 4, 12x plus, here one is negative, another is positive. We subtract 2xy plus, here also we subtract 2y plus negative, both are negative, we add 41. So the answer is 12x plus 2xy plus 2y minus 41. Okay. So in this way we can subtract two numbers, and now we move to the simplification question. Okay, simplification question. In simplification question there can be addition and subtraction, both comes together. So how to solve that? Methods are same only, listen carefully. Okay, we go to the first question. 2x square minus 5x plus 8 subtract x square plus 3x minus 2 plus 14 minus 12x. Here you can see that these two numbers, subtraction and then addition. So subtraction means we know that it is addition with the additive inverse. So this number's symbol, everything will be changed when we take the additive inverse. So here I am going to rewrite the question. 2x square minus 5x plus 8, and the subtraction means addition. Then all the symbol changes. Here just opposite the symbol will become, and plus 14 minus 12x. Here symbol will not be changed because it is addition. Where there is subtraction, there only we change the symbol. Okay, now this is changed to addition. Now we can select the like term from 3 numbers and then we add it. Okay, first 2x square. Any other x square is there? In this number also 1x square plus negative x square. Then another number x square is not there, so we close it. The next negative 5x. In first number negative 5x, here negative 3x minus negative 3x. Then there also plus negative 12x. 12x. So these are the right terms here. And next constant plus 8 plus 2. In this number, okay, 14 is there, plus 14. So each like terms we grouped it together. Now we can add or subtract. 2x square plus minus x square, one positive, another negative, we subtract it, then we get x square plus 5x plus 3x plus 12x, 8x plus 12x, 20x, all are negative, so negative 20x plus 8 plus 2, 10, 10 plus 14 is equal to 24. So here x square minus 20x plus 24. Okay. In this way we simplify the numbers. All of you listen here. Here there are three numbers and both are subtraction. So here we have to take the additive numbers. I am going to take that 17x minus 3 plus 7x square plus this minus changes to plus negative x cube plus 2x negative 7 plus here also we change negative 3x cube plus 5x power 4 plus 10x minus 1. Okay, all symbols are changing now. Now we take the like terms. Here 17x plus here also 2x plus there 10x group, and next negative 3 constant here plus negative 17 minus 1 plus next 7x square. There is no x square, here also no x square, so only 1. Next x cube, negative x cube plus negative 3x cube. Any other x cube? Okay, no, only 2x cube. Then next x we have taken 17, we have taken plus 5x4. Then 17 plus 2, 19, 19 plus 10, 29x, 29x plus negative 21 plus 7x square okay plus both are negative, we add is negative 4x cube plus 5x square, x power 4. Now we are going to rewrite this, then 29x minus 21 plus 7x square minus 4x cube plus 5x power 4. And according to the order, if we arrange it, according to the order of the power, if we arrange it, it will be 5x power 4 minus 4x cube plus 7x square plus 29x minus 21. So it is not necessary to arrange, but usual practice is that we arrange each terms according to their powers. We can arrange in different order. Here we have arranged on the basis of the powers. Okay, okay, students. I think that you understood this. Therefore, how much is 5x square y plus y greater than x square y minus 2y? Means this number is greater than this number. By how much? A number is say kitna jada. That means in order to find out that, we have to, what we want to do? We want to subtract this number. So we subtract 5x square y plus y minus x square y minus 2y. So subtraction means you know that it is addition. 5x square y plus y plus negative x square y plus 2y. So like terms we take, these are like terms, 5x square y plus negative x square y plus y plus 2y. So 5x square y and x square y, we get a 4x square y plus 3y. So we know that this first number 5x square y plus y is 4x square y plus 3y greater than the next number. So in this way we can solve that. We will move to the next question. Question number 6. Subtract 3p minus 2q plus r from 9p plus 2q. From this number we have to subtract and then add the result with p square minus 3p cube plus p minus r. Means from this number we subtract this number and that result we add with the third number. We can do it separately. First subtract these two numbers, then we find out the result, and that result we can add with the third number. But I am going to solve it together. First this number minus this number plus the third number means subtract these two numbers and add the result with the third number, this result. So let us start. Subtraction means addition with the additive inverse, you know that. So 9p plus 2q plus negative 3p plus 2q. Here we want to change the symbol minus r. Then plus p square minus 3pq plus p minus r. Okay. Then next step we are selecting the like terms and grouping them. 9p plus negative 3p. They are like terms. Then plus 2q plus 2q, that is another like term. Then plus minus r. Then plus p square minus 3pq plus p minus r. This we write as it is. And next term 9p minus 3p is equal to 6p plus 2q and 2q, 4q minus r. That is the result of this. Then that result we add with the third number, means p square minus 3pq plus p minus r. This is next number. Here also for addition we take the like term, 6p, here 6p plus 1p. Then 4q, that is only one, 4q that we write as it is, plus r, negative r plus here also one negative r, then plus p square, only one, p square minus 3pq, pq, and p already we have taken here. Then 6p and p is equal to 7p plus 4q minus 2r, negative r and negative r, negative 2r plus p square minus 3pq. If we arrange according to the value of p, then we can arrange this first and the second. So no need to arrange, here we stop. So from the sum of these two numbers, we subtracted we added the third number. From the difference of these two numbers to the difference, we added the third number. Sides of a triangle in terms of x are 2x square minus x plus 3, x square minus x, and x square plus 2x minus 9. Find its perimeter. A triangle, three sides are there. The three sides given, and we are asked to find out the perimeter. Perimeter of a triangle, how we can find out? By adding the sides, side plus side plus side. So we write the formula, perimeter is equal to side plus side. So each side is given, we can write that 2x square minus x plus 3 plus next side x square minus x plus next side x square minus 2x plus minus 9. X square plus 2x minus 9. So these are the three sides of a triangle, and we are asked to find out the perimeter. Perimeter is side plus side plus side. So we are adding the side. For addition, we take the like terms to the 2x square, here 1x square and another x square there. So plus x, negative x plus negative x plus 2x, and plus next here constant 3, here no constant, 3 plus negative 9. Then 2x square, 3x square and 4x square. So 4x square plus negative 2x and negative x, negative 2x plus 2x, both will be cancelled, 0x and plus 1 is positive, another is negative, we subtract, negative 6. So it will be equal to 4x square minus 6. So 6 units, this will be the perimeter. Unit is not given, whether it is meter or centimeter not given. In terms of x it is asked. So the perimeter of this triangle, after adding the three sides, we get 4x square minus 6. So students, today we finished that first exercise, and in this beginning you have studied what is algebraic expression and different words, terms relating to the algebraic expressions and everything, and then we studied how to add the numbers and how to subtract the number. For adding and subtracting, we can add only the like terms and we can subtract only the like terms, and subtraction rule means add first number by the additive inverse of a second number. So these are the important points that we have discussed today. I think students, you understood that. If anybody has doubts, you can ask and clear your doubts using Google Meet. So I think today we will stop till up to here, and I wish you all a nice day for everybody. Thank you all of you.